Hello and welcome to Outside In. My name is Steven. And as you can tell, I am not in my studio again in this video. I had a trip that took me to not very far away from my nephew, and I would like to introduce you to my nephew, Joe.
Hi, everyone.
Oh, I didn't even have to say hi, Joe. I kind of figured I was going to say, Joe, say hi to everybody, and Joe would be like, Joe, say hi to everybody. Because Joe does stuff like that.
I watch a lot of YouTube videos.
And I found out that Joe likes making videos on TikTok, so I was asking him, why didn't he start putting videos up on YouTube? He said, funny you should say that because my brother Josh has been trying to get me to do it for years. So hopefully, after you get to see him a little bit and get to know him a little bit, maybe you'll want the same thing I do. I would love to see Joe. And I've watched some of his videos and they're actually pretty good. So I'm excited. And if you guys can leave comments below whether or not you would like to see Joe do some videos on his channel. He's not sure yet exactly what he wants to do, but he'll get there. The reason for this video is that I was on Amazon. I was looking at alcohol camp stoves and I come across this pretty cool stove that, guess what? It had 0 reviews. Nothing. Nobody was saying anything. I was like, you know what? And it's cool. So here it is. I don't know what it's called. I don't even know that there is a name. Can you see that? I hope it's focused. But it's just this alcohol heater. It's made in China. It looks so awesome. And it has a little knob here that you can snuff the flame and then have that to make it burn strong. And then if you want to cut it down a little bit, you just keep closing this. It's not tin foil. It's pretty solid. What we're going to do in this video, because I knew it wouldn't be much of a video, just to try to review this stove. So I thought of an idea. This is not really a review, but this is the iLox. I know I see a lot of people that are buying these and they have really good reviews on Amazon. So I got me a little set. I got the set that came with the cute little teapot. So who doesn't want a little teapot in their campsite to make coffee with? But we're not using that for this video. I'm using 2 cups of water.
Well, what about tea? Could it make tea?
Could it make tea? Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course.
By the way, do you have a caliper for measuring? Because you could measure the gauge of the metal.
You know what? I was actually thinking of that when I was tapping on it.
Yeah.
But feel it. It feels pretty strong.
It looks about the grade of a microwave Calvin.
Because anyway, this here looks like that's about 2 millimeter, which is pretty good when it comes to sheet metal.
No, that's actually a little smaller than that.
You think?
Yeah, 3/4 of 1 millimeter maybe.
No, it's more than that. That does feel pretty solid. I mean, it's not like going to crush in your hand. You can't crush it like a soda can. Now, I've seen some videos where people use isopropyl alcohol in their alcohol stove, or I got some denatured alcohol, but I really don't see too much people saying it burns longer or burns shorter. I'm not sure about that. That's the biggest point of this video, is I want to do a vice versa to see how long it takes to get the water to a boil and how long an ounce will burn.
Measure this part because I don't see why it would be any different.
Okay, well, you measure that then. Okay, that's all right. We don't have to, because once the burning gets started, you won't be able to measure, right? Because you don't want to burn yourself.
Well, I actually don't know how to read these, so you might have to do it.
Do you want to tell everybody how old you are, in case they're wondering? I don't even know how old you are.
Really?
Well, I've got a guess, but I'm not sure.
Well, what's your guess?
I'm thinking 23.
No, 25.
25? But 25, okay, that is cool. Okay.
Well, it's more like 1/2 millimeter.
How much?
Half.
1/2 millimeter.
Yeah.
You gotta be kidding. Are you right? Goodness, no, you're right. Did you all right, yeah, there's definitely something wrong with my eyes. Yeah, that's about 1/2 millimeter. I can tell by looking at the crack there. Wow. But it feels pretty solid, yeah.
Well, it's because it's stainless.
The listing does say stainless. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna set this on here and then that's up here. Yeah, that will work. And then we'll just pour the alcohol in here. All right, I'll have to remember the next time 1.06. Remember that number, because that's how much a denature we'll have to use. To be fair, because we want to be fair, right? You want to be fair?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, actually, fairness, I was talking to you yesterday and stuff about getting a pure version of the isopropyl.
Right. Oh, okay. Yeah. I just want to see what the difference between isopropyl and denatured. But since I've never tried denatured, I was like, you know what? I have got to try that. What we're going to do is we're going to light this. And there, it's lit. Okay, so now let's put the water. We're just gonna leave it open full blast to give us all the chance in the world to. Now what we wanna see is watch the temperature over here. I hope you can see that. Boiling point is 212 degrees Fahrenheit. So we'll see how long it takes for this to get to 212 degrees Fahrenheit. And then we're gonna let it continue because I not only wanna see how long does it take to get the boiling point, but I want to see how long this ounce of isopropyl alcohol.
Well, I don't.
You say it.
Isopropyl alcohol.
Yeah.
I don't know if it would make. I don't know how much of a difference it makes, but I hear that elevation and sea level might be different for you.
Of course, yeah, it definitely depends on where you live in the world. And anybody who lives on the moon, I have no idea how long it would take because I've never been there to test this.
Well, I also forgot what you said, how many ounces you put in there.
1.06.
1.06.
Right.
Well, do you want to restart it and I can get the timer up on my phone?
Actually, you know what? I would rather restart it. You know why?
Why?
Because I need to adjust this so the flame isn't shooting around the pot.
Yeah.
So let's just restart it. We got time, right?
Well, whenever we go to do this again, we need to take this off because this is pretty wobbly.
Well, I need also, you know what I need? I need something else because I need to measure out the alcohol. So
hey, this right here is half, this is a full, and this line right there, that's an ounce and a half. I got a bigger scale if you want to use it.
Oh no, this one. Yeah, because this has to sit on top of here.
There ain't no water in this, is there?
Nope.
Because then it would just dilute the alcohol even more.
Right.
And mess up your burn time.
Oh, okay, Joe. Joe, you're being precise. Exactly 1 ounce. Now I'm going to ruin it because I want to test something. I need to adjust the flame. All right, you know what? Let's just start it. And then I can adjust it because it won't take but a second to adjust it. And we need 2 cups of cold water. Let's pour the water in. 2 cups of water. All right, let me light it. All right. Okay, now we need to adjust this so the flame isn't going around it. Okay, and that looks about, yeah, I just closed this up a little bit so the flame isn't going around the pot. And we want to see how long it takes to get up to boiling. And me sitting over here, I cannot see the temperature gauge, but you can. And remember, we put an ounce, he put an ounce very meticulously. And he's going to do the same thing with the denatured. So we can be sure that with Joe, there's not going to be any faking, because he's going to make sure that it's a true and honest test. But isn't that the way it should be?
Don't you want to get a clean cup?
For alcohol?
This has got the isopropyl in it.
It has a drizzle of isopropyl in it, and you don't want it to contaminate. But you're right, you know. You don't want to contaminate. Even a microgram is going to affect the denatured, right? And turn it into something that it wasn't.
Yeah.
Is that the way it works? Okay, there he goes, and it's clean. And then people will say, you should have Joe helping you with more of your videos. Keep you honest, right? 158 degrees, 159, and 2 minutes. You know what? I've seen videos where this takes 8 minutes. I'm starting to wonder, I think I know why that's happening. Because this seems to be getting up to boiling in maybe 4 minutes. I think other videos that I watch, the pot is usually always farther away from the flame. And the way this stove is made, the pot is closer to the flame, which means it's going to get hot quicker. 181 degrees. We don't hear anything yet, but you know what? I'm seeing something about the alox. Now, I don't know. I'm looking at another set. Boy, this stove, it gets hot. Underneath, the sides. I have other alcohol stoves, but they don't get that hot underneath. So I'm wondering, boy, this is hot. So there is another camping stove that I would like to test that a lot of people like and has real high reviews. And it's farther up and it barely gets warm underneath. Hey, hear it. We hear something. 209 degrees.
Yep, almost 5 minutes. No.
Yeah, 212. We're boiling. So 5 minutes. I'm going to say 5 minutes. I'm going to call it a 5 minute. It is boiling, not a rolling boil. Okay, let's let it go a little bit longer. This pot is getting very black. See that?
Yeah.
That's boiling, right?
Yeah.
So that was 5 minutes to boil. And most people that do this, it takes 8 or more minutes. So I think it has to do with this pot is closer to the flame than other stoves that I've seen. Like the other stove that I would like to review, instead of this far, it's about this far away from the flame. So I think that's why that one is taking much longer to boil water. But we're going to let it run to see how long that flame lasts. But you know what I'm thinking? It's not going to last 30 minutes. I've seen videos to where isopropyl alcohol will last for like 20, 25 minutes. But this one is not doing that. All right, Joe, what was your other caliper?
Well, this is a regular vernier caliper.
It burned out. When did it burn out?
I don't know. This caliper is easier to read because it measures in sixteenths instead of like thousandths. I did that on purpose because I don't know how to read thousandths of an inch. Even though I found the video, I still couldn't understand it.
Does that have a marking for thousandths?
No, but this one does.
Oh.
It's got, that's what it's supposed to measure to. And this right here measures in sixteenths.
16?
Yeah, sixteenths.
Oh, and you like that?
Yeah.
Does it do millimeters?
Yeah, on the bottom.
Oh, okay. Where'd you get this at?
Amazon.
Oh, how much did it cost?
Like $20 or less.
So would you review something like this on your channel?
Probably not.
No. Okay. You just use it though.
Well, I don't know how to, really. So it's been sitting in my room ever since I gotten it out to show people, but I don't know how to use it. So I ain't been using it, but I got it to learn how to. And I found the video and I ain't watched it yet.
You have a butter knife?
Yeah.
Boy, they don't make these lids easy to open. We'll let, Joe, you can do this. Do your precise measurement of 1 ounce.
Well, dang it, it ain't going to set level on this because it's got a little bit of a shape to it.
Oh, it's kind of like concave? Is that what you're saying?
Convex, a little domey.
Yeah, convex. Wow, you go, Joe. That was exactly right. I had it wrong.
Well, it had to be the opposite of what you said.
There you go.
Well, this one's even worse.
All right, let's reset this.
We'll just have to use this.
Yeah, that might not be such a good alcohol stove after all. Maybe that's why it has no reviews. Oh, you're wondering, how much did it cost? $15. That's all it cost. So that's why I wanted to see it, if it was any good, because a lot of these stoves are like $80, but it was $15. So I guess, is it true you get what you pay for? And you got exactly 1 ounce. Oh, we need our water.
Did you empty the other alcohol out of there?
There wasn't any in there. It completely dried out by the time we did that.
Huh.
Because it evaporates.
Yep. You wasn't real worried about precision, were you?
No, I wasn't.
Is it cold to the touch?
What, water?
The pot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's been sitting over here for a while. So it's completely chilled down. I can see right now that Joe is very, very, very meticulous. Yeah, but that's a good way to be though. You want to keep the test fair. Okay, there we go.
I was going to say that if you didn't put the lid on it, you want a clip to make sure that the wire stays off the pot.
Well, thank you. Do you have one?
I don't know.
I don't have one. I have a bunch of metal clips, but they're at the house. I don't have any with me here.
Well, anyway, I am into electrical devices, and if Steve don't mind, whenever he's done, I've got a pretty good electrical device to show off my power supply.
Well, you know what I can do, and it's a good idea. I'm glad you said that, because I was thinking, actually, if this conversation went the way it is right now,
yeah,
I was like, you know what? I can have one video just for talking to you and people getting to know you. So yeah, whatever you want to do. We got time. All right. Boy, that flame sure is pretty blue. Yeah, that Denatured is burning really pretty blue. All right, it sounds like it's getting ready to boil. 210, 212. So it's saying 212 and it's boiling. Okay, it's boiling. But we're not going to turn it off yet because we want to see how long that ounce will last. So it's boiling at what time?
6
6 minutes. Wow, 6 minutes.
Well, I heard it start a little bit before 5.
Yeah. So this actually got it to boiling same time as the isopropyl. So there really wasn't any difference. Once this is burnt out, and there looks like there's still a bit in there. The other one I think burned, I think it was only 8 minutes before it burned out.
I hear all the time there's between 70 and like 91% number ranges in
Oh,
between
you know
there.
what? When you said that, that's what it is.
91%.
That's why this is not burning very. Yeah, don't buy isopropyl alcohol at Dollar Tree. Yeah, you know what? I was thinking that when I saw this at Dollar Tree and I saw 70%, I was thinking to myself, boy, that number does not sound right. It does not sound right at all. And now I know why. It's only 70% alcohol, and that's why it didn't burn very long. That's why it didn't get very hot, and that's why it kept going out.
Yeah.
So if you're going to use an alcohol stove, don't use the Swan from Dollar Tree because it's only 70% alcohol. Most, like if you go to Walmart and buy it, I think it's around 90 or 91% alcohol. Wow, that is still burning. 12 minutes. All right, so now, okay. Thank you, Donna, for having 91% so we can make this more fair. I knew something didn't sound right about 70%, but this here is what I have at the house, and I didn't bring any with me. But that's 91%. That's what you really should be using. That's what I always use in my alcohol stove. You know what? One thing I guess I never thought of either. If I ever do another test like this at the house, I need to use my thermal imager to test how hot this. Boy, this is pretty hot. Whoa, it's pretty hot. Pretty hot. And this down here is not even warm. So it's still got a flame. 13. But you know what? I think I'm going to call it because there's only a few drops left. So we're just going to say 13 and a half minutes on burning an ounce of denatured. And this is the clean strip, which is the most popular that I know of. Everybody gets the clean. So 13 minutes. This is the stuff that Mom always used when I was a kid. I loved the smell of this. When I was a kid, I used to just sit and smell it. Well, too, it's my favorite color, green. I think that's why I liked it so much. And I guess my brother John, he would have been like, why can't it be blue? Because that's my favorite color. You go, Joe. Joe is my science guy.
Is there nothing in there?
There is absolutely nothing in there. It is completely dry.
Okay.
So what do you think?
You want to cool it?
Inspect it. Well, it's...
Or do you think that would make a difference?
All right, let me... well, I mean, I don't think it would make a difference, but I mean, it probably would make a teensy ounce. But let's just go ahead and cool it down. But I need a rag, because this is hot. I should have brought my thermal imager, but I never thought of doing that.
Well, either way, we've got the burn tests for 71%. We're getting ready to have 91%, and we've done got the denatured.
Yeah, well, the denatured's done, but we got a lot of interesting talking though, so I can't cut that out.
This is going to be one long video.
So this is exactly an ounce. And it's
by weight.
It's all clean. Yeah, by weight. And then, can't do anything without water. We need our cold water. It's a wonder Joe's not over here making sure that the water we're using from test to test is exactly the same temperature. But see, you know what, Joe, though?
Well, if somebody's out there in the woods getting water from the stream, it's no telling what temperature that is.
People like that, though, to be exact and precise. That's the only way to do a comparison video. When you're comparing one product to another, you have to be precise. To be accurate.
We're comparing burning times, and so water temperature is where we could be a little slacky.
Okay.
Because we're not testing water temperature.
Right. All right, do you think it's not going to be as yellow as the 70%? Maybe a little bluer, you think? Oh, that looks much prettier. Yeah, the 70% was all yellow. I see a lot of blue in there. All right.
It's going to be more of a steady burn.
All right, let's get it on here and get get the timer started. Okay, there we go. And we need to adjust this a little bit more because, yeah, that's about where I had it before. All right, put this temperature probe in here. You know what, a clothesline clip, that would work.
Yeah, but I don't know where one is.
Oh, okay, it's in the water. All right, so we'll see how long this takes to boil. I think the last one was, I forgot. Do you remember?
Like 5 minutes.
I think it was something like 5.
At like 4:50 something.
Yeah, because I said 6 and you're like, well, actually it was more like 5 minutes and 56 and a half seconds. You and your preciseness. But I like that though. I try to be precise too. We are still an hour and 13 minutes. It doesn't seem like 7 minutes have passed. Wow. That's what happens when you're having a good time.
You got the lid on it last time.
Oh, I did. There we go. Joe's right though. We got to be exact. I forgot about the lid. And I guess out in the wilderness, if you're using this out in the woods, you're going to have the lid on it anyway.
And it ain't really going to matter about water temperature, because who knows what temperature the stream is at.
Exactly. Yeah. And if it's a stream that gets a lot of flow, it's going to be colder than one that doesn't get as much flow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also,
we sound like two scientists here.
And also, not to mention, if it's a pond without moving water, you're going to have to boil it for a pretty good while.
Yeah, because it's
to kill everything in it.
It's going to be pretty contaminated.
Yeah.
3 minutes. Where are we at? 181 degrees. Doing pretty good though. You know, 3 minutes at 181 degrees. I don't hear anything yet. Do you hear anything?
No.
It should be getting close. 192, 194, 196, wow, 197, 198, 199.
This is still a white flame versus the weaker percentage, but it's more steady.
We're almost at 212.
I think as soon as that hit 20 seconds is whenever I started hearing it. 4 minutes and 20 seconds.
Oh, wow, that's even better boil than the Denatured was.
You can make noodles with this.
Yeah. That's a rolling boil on that one. Wow, okay. Well, now that's... Okay, I'm going to do some more testing at the house. That makes it like that 91% makes the fire hotter.
Well,
I wouldn't have thunk that.
I guess the white flame is hotter than the blue flame. Well, I could start hearing it making noise before.
Yeah, it was like
4:30.
Like around 4. Yeah.
And so it's probably a good little boil at 5. And it's done nothing but grow.
And this actually has a rolling boil. The Denatured did not do that.
But the thing is what I was saying was the white flame obviously is hotter than the blue flame, because I was holding my hand way up here and the flame was just coming out like this much. I could just like barely feel it. I had to like put my hand...
On the blue flame?
Yeah. I had to put my hand like directly over.
Yeah, I'm going to have to do some more testing when I get home. Yeah, because according to this, the 91% alcohol is hotter than the Denatured. And it's clean, so it's a really popular, well-known Denatured alcohol. But this is pretty interesting. And that is still burning pretty good. Yeah, that Denatured did not burn like that. But we're only at 8 minutes. Let's put this back on here so the flame isn't shooting so high.
Anyway, this is just barely warm, this side of it.
Oh wow, you're right. So the Denatured is hotter. But yeah, because this is definitely nowhere near as hot as it was with the Denatured. Wow, that was really hot. I could barely touch it with the Denatured.
Yep.
Now I'm really confused. All right, I'm going to do some more testing when I get home.
Yep.
That's for sure. I don't know what happened here. This was weird.
It did burn longer with the Denatured, didn't it? So that would account for the heat transfer.
I forgot how long the Denatured burned for.
Like 12, 13 minutes.
I think it was around 13 or something like that. But
it was even still going a little bit, wasn't it?
Most people cut it when it gets that, because you're not going to cook anything with that anyway. I'm liking this isopropyl. It's burning more full.
Yeah.
It definitely seems to be burning more full, but it could be because the blue flame is hard to see.
Yeah.
And maybe the blue flame was just as full, but harder to see. The yellow flame is a lot easier to see.
And this flame is competent because it's burning steady. It don't need any help from me.
Speaking of competence, I think...
I was trying to make a joke there.
Yeah, I know. The 70%, I think that's why it wasn't as full. It doesn't have much oomph. But this is still a really good flame after 11 minutes of burning. Like, turn this, so you guys can see it. Joe and his brother got this tabletop for his mom, and he doesn't want to melt it, and neither do I. I wasn't even, actually it looks like glass, but it's not. That is awesome. You said you got this on where?
Liovent.com.
Liovent.com. Liovent.com. Table foil made to measure. The new tablecloth for your table. But yeah, when I first saw this, I thought it was glass until I got up real close. And then you can tell. When you get close, you can tell, you see the little bit of waves in it. But this is awesome looking. But how much was it?
70, 80-ish.
But that was for your size, right? So if somebody needed a smaller size, it wouldn't cost as much?
No.
Okay. Oh, it went out.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to say it, and I think you're going to agree.
What?
I think this burnt exactly the same time that Denatured. I think Denatured went out about right there, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, time-wise, I guess it really doesn't matter. Isopropyl, denatured. But it does
it's
matter
got
when
the-
you have the 70% because it
Yeah.
burn out in 8 minutes. 7 minutes? 7 or 8 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What was you gonna do?
Now, it's rare, but I have seen this at a higher percentage. And there was a dude talking on a video I watched once. He was trying to explain to people about alcohol and stuff. They were explaining how you can't get 100% exactly alcohol. It's got to have some bit of water in it or you can't have it. So they said that the closest that you can find to completely pure is 90 point some bunch of numbers.
This turned out way better than I thought it would. So, you know what? I think I'll still leave the 70% burn thing, and then we'll just do it this way. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to end like I always do. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. Find someone that needs a reason to go on and give them that reason. God bless every single one of us, and I will see you in the next one.
It's good.